a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Now the play fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Pitt pushing the pace.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Dropping back, it's Fowler. Makes the catch, it's Baldridge. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. He makes the grab. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the first down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
The Panthers have it with a 1st and 10. Finds his big tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Setting up the screen. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, uses athleticism.
Converts on 4th down, still going. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. Intercepted in the first drive, ends with the pick.
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this game.
Leaves it with the running back. And he can't get past the 2-yard line, but at least they avoided going backwards. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska, once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is...
There he goes! He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. First down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Marshall. This guy runs with some attitude, discarding tacklers, and works his way to the 19.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
The Bruins will hustle to the line. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And they may have caught the defense snapping there a little bit, David, maybe expecting pass on that third down, but because of the back's effort now, fresh set of downs.
And it's so nice to have a guy that you can give the football on these third down situations and feel confident you're going to continue to move the sticks.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Caught behind the line. It's Averill. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator, giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Still running at the 40. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out.
Looking for the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Off play action. Makes the grab. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll try to power their way ahead. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. A strike downfield. Touchdown, UCLA! Oh, that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, down 7-0. Oh, he's got a chance. Breaks into the open. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
I'll tell you, this defense and their front seven, they're going to have to play with great eye discipline because they know they are going to see this type of misdirection in their run game, and they got gashed there.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Motion from the back. To the air, it's Fowler. Using the quick game. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
And the Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass. Got a man, it's Burgess. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Pitt will line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. UCLA will go back to work on offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Trying play action. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. In the red area, it's Marshall. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Guys, let's talk a little UCLA. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Going for the marker on the ground. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Bruins!
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. BYU is running away with this one, and they're just itching to ring that victory bell. They're up 14 over Western Kentucky. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more...
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. starts a drive trying to go up top. He tries to take the top off. And it's caught inside the 15. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Touchdown, UCLA! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half of the home team.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking for a man, it's Fowler. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
The play-action fake. Got his man downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll bring him down after the long completion. An explosive pass play for this offense. Wants to throw on first down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Oh, the fumble and the defense got it. Touchdown, Bruins. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Off the play fake. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. Scanning the field, it's Fowler. Going deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Looking for the first down. Pitt comes to the line on fourth. They want to throw it. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Looking to throw on first down. Using his feet to buy time. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Bruins racing to the line in a hurry-up. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
And now they'll have to dial something up on third down after the incompletion. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run play action. Now improvising. Rolling right and going deep. He's got it on the outside. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. The offense calls timeout is the second one they've used this half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top on first down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
This time it's complete. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quarterback making adjustments. Second down, they'll go to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the Bruins come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Wants to throw on third. Makes the grab. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Bruins want to crank the tempo.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays. And
oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Rides the back and leaves it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
Quick completion on the out route. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA!
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game one going exactly how they scripted it.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success.
And that is interception number 3 on the day.
That's a bad decision by the quarterback. In that area of the field, you have got to be careful. If the guy's not wide open, you've got to throw that football away, because not only are you getting it picked off, but he's returning it now down close to your goal line and setting his offense up in great field position.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Offense trying to go push pass on first down on the goal line, but the defense, tremendous surge up front. They get penetration, and they get the tackle for loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins!
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time and get to that first down marker. Back to pass, it's Fowler. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
All right, for this offensive line now, you've got to gear up. You've got to really start to hone in, understand that if you don't start playing better and you don't start giving this quarterback time, trailing in the second half, needing to throw, you're not going to have a chance to win.
And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Pitt right back to the line.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defense.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's batted away, and the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football.
And that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away.
Turning it on. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Connection to the right. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Pocket breaking down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
This quarterback is having a day, man, and right there he was looking for touchdown pass number 5. He has been dialing it up. He's been throwing strikes. We haven't seen him miss very much like he did just there, but what a game this dude is having.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He's got it on the move. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. That's the end of the period, and it's UCLA in the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCLA!
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win week 1 sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks.
Here comes the rush. They've got it wrapped up at the 28.
Man, you could tell this offense is frustrated, giving up another sack, and they're out of sync, out of sorts. They're just not used to this. This trigger man's usually good. This offense is usually good. They've had a day they would love to forget.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Wide open downfield. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Wants to throw. It's Fowler. Makes the grab. It's Smith. There he goes. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Wants to keep it in the air. Trying to beat the D deep. Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already.
You got to give this defense tons of credit because they have been lights out. They have not allowed a single point so far, and a big reason why is how well they're playing on the back end. They came into this game knowing the offense was going to try to throw the football, but they're not giving anything up, and another great job that time in coverage.
Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
You got caught.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete!